how'd you get here?
So I've seen this idea cropping up around Sonic Twitter a little bit, the Sonic community, if you will. And it's this idea that was kind of championed by a creator that you all know, you all love. It's Pariah, right? He does a lot of analytical Sonic content. And the community talks about his opinions pretty often because generally they are relatively well-founded, well thought out, and they're a really cool way of viewing a lot of Sonic content. And also, he started creating the Sonic is always good content right when we needed to fucking hear that, bro. Just right when we needed to hear it. But he was talking about this game recently, and he brought up the idea that this game and the Chaos Control ability are cool, but the Chaos Control ability specifically kind of incentivizes worse play, if that makes sense, because you want to stay to a lower pathway, do maybe a messier run, and then you'll build up Chaos Control faster, and because that stops the in-game timer, it's also going to mean that you're probably going to get a better time if you're building it up more by staying on the lower pathway. And like TLDR, the time that you get on a level is not dictated by the actual time you spend in the level, it's more so dictated by the amount of time that you can spend building up Chaos Control and then utilizing Chaos Control, if that makes sense. I don't know if I agree with that, though, because there are a lot of instances in this game, and I feel like this is worth talking about, so I wanted to bring it up, where Chaos Control can be built faster on the upper pathway than it can on the lower pathway. There are a lot of instances in this game where it'll force feed you Chaos Control, where it's like, hey, you're gonna need it for this next section, take this fucking capsule and go. And that's usually on the upper pathway, because they want you to use the Chaos Control shit to do cool skips and everything if you're playing the game well. So I don't know how much I really agree with that, because I think, let me just start over again. But I think we've already seen it with a lot of content that's come out about this game, with a lot of speedrunning content that we've seen. The best time you're gonna get in the, how the fuck did I not collect that? Thank you. Oh my god. The best time that you're going to get isn't dictated by, you know, staying on the lower path and fucking Chaos Controlling to win. That isn't the... Just give it to me. Thank you. Oh my god. Go! It's not dictated by how much Chaos Control you use necessarily, or you staying on the lower path. A lot of speedrun content is still very skilled and very related to doing proper skips and levels, and very related to messing around with these kind of weird momentum shits, and generally interacting with the game in a very skilled way, and interacting with the shortcuts and upper pathways, even on a casual level, and ignoring speedruns, right? Interacting with the upper pathways in a skilled way will give you enough Chaos Control that you will easily be able to make your way through levels while getting a better run than people that play it messily and just get a bunch of Chaos Control. Because you're still going to get a bunch of Chaos Control regardless of the path that you end up taking. So I don't agree with that. I think it was interesting to bring up because it does bring into question whether or not having an ability that can literally stop the clock is actually a good idea for incentivizing skilled play. I missed the first one. Let me just find it real quick. Hold on. So they really don't want you to get this on the same run, because here's where the first one is, and then you go back, and guess what? He doesn't respawn. So you just can't go up there and get the other one. And I tried getting the one up top and then going back down. That shit didn't work. So we're just gonna do this run on the lower path and call it a day, and then we'll come back and get that one after the fact when I'm not recording. But point is, all right, I think it's really cool to have this idea where, like, yeah, there's this really cool mechanic. Yeah, it's dope. It does cool shit. No, I really want that. Fuck you. Got it. All right, cool. It's really neat to discuss the competitive Sonic play implications of it, the speedrunning aspect of it, because that is important, and skilled play matters. And even if it's fun for a casual audience, and most people aren't going to notice that it really changes that much other than getting the S ranks a little bit easier, it's an interesting thing to talk about. And I think, honestly, that's kind of why you'll see Pariah's kind of ideas all around. I know this isn't really related to this fucking game anymore, but like, it's something that's on the top of my mind, so I kind of want to talk about it. You kind of see his opinions thrown around a lot, not only because people do see him as kind of the rational Sonic fan, I guess. Whether or not you agree with that take or not, that seems to be what general community consensus is. Whether or not you agree with that, you see his ideas thrown around a lot because they generally are pretty interesting to talk about. And, even and especially when people disagree with him, that's where you see his opinions tossed around a lot. And they spark a lot of really interesting conversation. That's kind of where the JP versus English Sonic arguments came from. If you don't know about those, because, I understand the fact that this game brought in a very new, wider audience to the Sonic community, thank God. But you might not have known about this. We were arguing about whether or not Japanese Sonic or English Sonic was a better representation of Sonic for a while, or whether or not you could even look at English Sonic and be like, yeah, no, he represents Sonic well. It was this whole debacle about characterization. And guess who sparked that conversation? Ding, 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 it's fucking Pariah. If you couldn't guess that, I'm so sorry. You need to go to a doctor and figure shit out, bro. I was leading you right to it, man. I was leading you right to it. Like, it wasn't a hard answer to find. Maybe I didn't give you enough time. Maybe you got scared. Maybe you started getting a little queasy because I was asking you a question very, very quickly and you just weren't expecting it. I'm sorry, I know, but it is what it is. Just do better. You should have done better. By the way, oh my God, it's finally time to talk about the bosses in this game. I am going to say this without any shred of... it's not difficult for me to say. It's what I'm trying to say. I know the fact that I couldn't get my words right just there kind of makes it seem like it is difficult for me to say. Don't listen to him. That person that's talking in your ear right now, don't listen to him. Whatever he says next, don't listen. He's a fucking freak. He's a fucking freak. So anyways, sorry, I didn't mean to get in your head and try to gaslight you, but point is, I can say this with zero difficulty. These are easily the best boost formula bosses I have ever fucking played. I think they finally found a way to make boost formula Sonic bosses actually interesting, actually unique and valuable, and a lot of it comes from the Doom abilities. But even with fucking BioLizard, man, even with BioLizard, there are still so much here because the adventure styled arenas actually work here. They actually work in this game because they managed to make Shadow and Sonic Control like they don't have a fucking bag of rocks that are have magnets in them. That in the magnets, the other magnet is at the end of the stage. You see what I'm getting at? You know what I'm talking about? Magnets in the shoes. Magnets at the end of the stage. Dragging you that way with very little ability to slow down and maneuver yourself in these tight 3D platforming sections. There's a decent amount of relatively tight 3D platforming in this, and I honest to God, think that it works in this better than it's worked in any other boost formula Sonic game because they've managed to make these characters control well when they're fucking in these little tight corners. See, I can do the tight turns and shit. All right, I can do the fucking tight turns, but also beyond that, I think it's just amazing how they control when they're moving fast too. That is such a difficult thing to get right, but they manage to do it. There's so many people that will make Sonic really good to control when he's not going fast. The second you go fast, he feels too fucking loose. Other way around, you get the idea. They made it fucking work here. They made it work, and it's beautiful, and it's magical, and I'm actually in love. I am fucking in love with these bosses as a result, because the arenas are interesting and unique, and they finally kind of returned to this, why didn't that work like I wanted it to? Oh, because he's going into the fuck you phase. Okay. I was like, why couldn't I kill him? What's going on? But yeah, they finally can have interesting arenas now. It's not just a run for your life and dodge these really fucking weird things every once in a while type of boss fight. No. You can actually do cool shit now. By the way, I do have these on. I know some people might be like, why the fuck do you have the button prompts on? It's so easy. I actually like them here. I think it, one, helps you kind of react better to things that are coming up in the future. It just makes life a little bit easier in that sense. Beyond that, in boss fights, I feel like it's damn near necessary. Because you'll get into fights like everyone knows this is in the game, the Mephiles fight. Not a spoiler, the Mephiles fight is there. Sorry, guys. And that shit is actually I could not imagine doing that without the button prompts. It's really fucking dense visually. And I really only got through it as easily as I did. I got an S rank on the first run. just flexing a little bit on you. The only reason that happened is because I had access to these button prompts. So I feel like they are damn near necessary in some sense. But yeah, that's my takeaway on that. I don't know if other people will feel differently or if they'll call me a fake Sonic fan for X, Y, and Z reason. Perfectly valid. You can castrate me in the replies. That's fine. That's totally alright. But I'm right and you're wrong, and bada bing, bada boomy, get the fuck out of my comment section, something, something, something. I'm joking. I feel like I gotta throw it out there, like a fucking little dart on a dartboard. Bam, bam, I'm just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. Fucking, that's the hit point I'm going for. I'm just joking. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not making any fucking sense, but hopefully you're having a good time. This is where the hub world really opens up, by the way. We have been kind of dicking around in the kiddie pool, but now we're in the whole goddamn big boy pool, alright? The motherfuckers that got in when it was break time, that's where we're at now. We used to have to get out for fucking 30 minutes because it was break time, because it was the adults want to fucking break from you time. But guess what? I'm the adult now, and now I can bother people during break. So fuck you, fuck yo mama, we're in. We're so in. By the way, oh my god, something this game does so right, when they heard people bitching about the staticness of the cutscenes, oh my god, they listened. They fucking listened. Because this is easily, without any doubt in my mind, the most active characters have been during cutscenes that I have seen in a Sonic game. Like, genuinely. I know there's a bunch of other examples where characters have been active and shit, but this feels like there's fucking a bunch of action fight scenes and, like, Shadow's always moving around. He's never still. If he's still, it's an in-game cutscene where it's giving you a little MacGuffin that you have to collect to go forward, and then that's it. It's fucking perfect. It's so good. The ratio of cutscenes, too, is actually pretty fucking fire. Oh my god. For such a short experience, they paced this so well. There's so much content here, so much fun to be had. God damn, if they sold this as like a standalone experience, I would buy 30. I would buy 30. I don't know what to say other than that. It's just that good. Every single episode I'm ending saying I would suck this game off, but guess what? I would suck this game off really heavy. That's where I'm gonna end that one. Oh, they actually won't let me save until I go down to here. So, hey, check this out. This is how you get to the next area. Whoa, whoa. All right, now I can save and get the fuck out of here. No? What? Huh? So I lied. I'm not ending it. You guys get one more cutscene out of me, and then I'm done. Because I can't save yet, because I don't know. for whatever fucking reason, they're not letting me do it. They were like, no, this is a really cool one, though. You have to watch this one. Please. These cutscenes are really badass, though. Like, when I saw them, I was taken aback. These were cutscenes that I locked the fuck in on, because not only does it show you the cool little power you got, but also, he's so badass when he does this. What a fucking awesome way to show it off. And then they still give you the little button prompts and everything afterwards, but you're locked into it, because guess what? It's cool. It's fucking cool now. Because you just saw Shadow do it, and dick around, and be awesome. It's fucking dope. It's dope. Can I save now? Alright, dope. I can save now. I'll catch you guys at a later date. Peace out.